Not yet. Give it a minute. There we go.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
I'm anxious.
You're anxious. All
Okay,
right.
Danny usually does this, and
Yeah, I'm letting her do it this time.
Wanda's in a...
She reaches up here and lightly touches the thing. I'm like, go ahead and mash that thing. Get it over with, man. I mean,
I'm being nice to my computer.
don't be nice to that thing. It ain't nice to you.
Mm-mm. He hears me fuss about this computer, or both computers all
Nadia,
the time.
no, we did not get the countertop.
No!
I had a very come to Jesus meeting with the company today, and
It's been sitting on their yard since Thursday.
We went and looked at it. It is nice.
No, I didn't get
No, Wanda didn't look at it. I did. And I politely told the guy today, I said, he said, well, we'll deliver it Monday. I said, well, it's supposed to rain Monday. I said, let me tell you what. It's been sitting on your yard under a shed. If it's damaged, I will refuse it. He, oh, no, sir. We've got it covered up. I promise you. I said, well, I'm just telling you up front. If it's damaged, I'm going to refuse it.
Yeah, I told him the other day, I said, when it comes, if there's something wrong with it, you just well send it back.
Yep.
I mean, when we first ordered it, he said, if you get it in today, this was a Tuesday, we will have it Thursday. Then on Thursday when I called, he said, well, they didn't have the pattern you ordered, so it's going to be a week. So we waited a week. Then when I called that Thursday, it still something wasn't right. So it's been over 2.5 weeks or better.
Better. This will be 3 weeks this coming week. And they still don't have the special ends I had made to go on it. They're having to overnight them because the guy said, well, I saw them laying there, but I didn't pick them up. And I'm like, oh my gosh, people read your instructions about what to do, you know?
It's so aggravating sometimes because nobody looks at the fine details, including somebody I know that this.
Oh yeah, oh boy, did I do it. We can't tell
up.
that right now though.
No, this is a story that I have to wait till next week because y'all won't see the video till Monday.
Right.
Oh my goodness! Just know that the video
one sentence out of something cost us a half a day.
And Wanda was furious all day.
All day, Miss Wanda was upset. Cost us a half a day all because of one sentence that got left out.
Because somebody don't read the directions right. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Yep.
Okay, enough said. I'll tell y'all that story next week. Thank you, Gerard.
Thank you, Gerard.
Hey, y'all, tomorrow's Valentine.
Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. Look what Miss Wanda got her.
Yeah, I told Danny this is what I want. Tanner's Pecans, y'all.
Now look, if you order anything for Valentine's, Tanner's Pecans is where you go to get it. If you want to make
I got a picture here somewhere.
Do you have a picture? Let's see if you have a picture.
See what I'm doing. I'm going to show y'all because Gerard just...
now you refresh, they may not work.
Yeah, they better work. Where am I at?
Right there.
No,
tray number 1, tray number 2.
That's seed trays. That ain't this tray.
Oh, I figured it was a tray.
Wait till I get to what I'm doing.
There's tray number 1, 2 again.
All right, I think this... No. Wait.
I'm telling you when you refreshed it. There
we go. This is it. Y'all, this is what these look like. Now, Gerard just gave me a super chat for $10. So I'm going to eat one of these pretty chocolate-covered cherries from Tanner's just because. But look at this. This is what I'm going to show y'all. Tanner's, I ordered this because I told Danny I wanted stuff like this for Valentine's, and he says, well, order what you want. I'm going to eat one of these in a minute, but do the other one too. Let me show them this. Let me show them this first. All right, this is how it comes. Y'all, now show them what it looks like. I'm not going to take it out. I took a picture of it so they can see it. Number 2.
Oh, number 2?
Yeah, number 2.
Look at this.
I've been waiting a year for one of these apples.
This is an apple now.
On Tanner's Pecan, Leslie is Scratch Made Homestead. Her and Danny, we call him D2 and this is D1 just so we don't get confused. But D2 makes these, he hand dips these apples in caramel, then he coats them and puts the nuts on it, and then he drizzles that white and dark chocolate all around it. Isn't that awesome? That's just fine right there. So y'all
that right there will make you hungry if nothing else will.
Y'all check out Tanner's. But because I got a super chat. Look at here.
Look at that.
I get to eat.
Every time she gets a super chat, she's gonna eat, I suppose.
I just saw that and I thought, well,
You're just looking for an excuse.
I'm looking for an excuse to eat a chocolate covered cherry.
Yeah.
This is a real cherry, hand dipped in white and dark chocolate.
All right, Jesse, how you doing, my boy?
Hello.
Good to see you, man.
Sorry I'm eating in front of y'all.
Stay warm.
Oh man.
Tell Miss Patty, put on plenty of clothes.
She's too little.
She's so little. Yeah.
Oh, the chocolate cherries are delicious. Oh, that's what these are. These are hand dipped.
These are homemade.
These are homemade.
They're homemade. They just sold through Tanner's Pecan.
Yeah. Danny, D2, hand dips all this. Literally, hand dips everything. He makes all their candies, and I done eat one of these, I have eaten, I should say. Pecan pralines. These things are awesome. Leslie knows I love these things, so she sent me a couple of them. One of them got eaten today. And when they were here, they visited us probably more than anybody else, hadn't they?
Oh, yeah.
They've been here probably more than any other homesteader.
Yeah.
And she brought me one year, it's been probably 3 or 4 years ago, a quart jar with those pralines vacuum sealed. And they're in my cabinet, still vacuum sealed to this day. I have not opened them.
All right, Jesse just got him a wood heater put in. All
Yeah.
right, yes.
He's going to stay warm now.
If you got wood, he will. All right.
Okay, so that's my Tanner's Pecan thing, y'all. Check out Tanner's Pecans. Gemini Homestead just put up the link. They do some awesome stuff, not just for Valentine's. Okay, so I'm having a chocolate one this time.
She's going to have a dark chocolate one this time.
Tanner's Pecans, that's where we get some of our pecans. That's where we get our pecan meal that I coat my chicken and stuff in.
Patty says she can't keep her feet warm. She's freezing.
Put more socks on.
Put socks on, girl. They're
saying.
scratch made.
Yeah, scratch made. Gerard's paying me $10 to eat chocolate covered cherries. They're scratch made Homestead. Y'all want anything?
Go check out Scratch Made Homestead. Tanner's Pecans. They have the goods on everything.
This is awesome. Thank you, Gerard.
Firefly Dreams. Danny, what apple variety is easiest for first time growers in Zone 7? Well, this will sound crazy, but you want something with low chill hours. So anything like an Ein Shamir, an Anna, a Dorset Golden, probably a Pink Lady. One of these like this will probably work real good in Zone 7. You shouldn't have any problems, and it should, it should bear apples really easy in Zone 7.
And tonight I am drinking pumpkin spice Ticino because...
And you're wearing an orange shirt to go along with it.
Yeah. Oh, this is from Jennifer, one of our daughters. I told Danny I needed somewhere to just dress up and
she wanted somewhere to dress up and wear this nice looking shirt. I said, well, wear it on the live stream. That way you get to see more people.
It's Valentine's. I feel like I feel like I'm somebody right now.
Yeah.
I got my coffee or my Ticino, my cherries, and a nice shirt.
Yep.
And you're in camouflage.
I'm in camouflage. Hey, I was in a hoodie right here just a few minutes ago. Man, look. It ain't been. It hasn't. It's Southern, ain't it? It hasn't been out of the 30s wind chill factor here all day long. I had to work inside the greenhouse today on Wanda's just so I could do something outside because the wind, it was just so cold. And the humidity was what? I tell you, 96% today?
It was high.
It was 96% humidity.
That's what makes our cold cold. A lot of people say, y'all are only in the 30s. We're way below. It's cold because the humidity makes it that way.
It's humidity.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But y'all, look what? Look at this. I have to show that.
This is in Wally World.
Okay. And everybody says, I can't believe you got Danny in Wally World. Okay. Just for the record, Wanda did not get Danny to Wally World. You remember that day? It was a couple of days ago. And I go, he said something about heading to Walmart, and I said, I didn't know we were going today. He said, well, yeah, didn't you need something? I said, well, I'm making a list, but I said, it's not that I need something right now. I'm just making a list in case we go. And he wanted a grape.
Oh, yeah, we bought.
So we went because of him, not me.
I needed for my greenhouse.
You needed.
I did. I didn't want to order it for the high tunnel. I needed. I wanted to try some seedless grapes. They will not work outside because they cross-pollinate with the muscadines. So I decided. I told her. I says, let's try 2 seedless grapes in containers in the high tunnel on a trellis. Keep them pruned back. Let's just see if that will work. So we went to Walmart.
Is that the one we got in the house?
Yes.
Okay, so
we bought 2 grapes and the seedless ones, and I'm going to show you, since we brought them in the house, look at them.
Both of them's growing like crazy in one day.
One day, these things went from having just one little leaf on them to having 6 inches of growth in one day inside the house here, because I didn't want to put them outside because I was afraid it was too cold with the little leaves on them. And them things has taken off.
So even though we have greenhouses and stuff, we have stuff inside. Let me show you what else we got inside. Danny, y'all saw he started seeds in a seed tray, and we put them out in the barn greenhouse, and he couldn't stand it. He thought it was going to be too cold.
I said it's going to get too cold. We got to bring them in the house. Look, one day in the house, look what happened.
Yeah, one day in our house. That is tomatoes. Not a full stand yet, but look how many tomatoes are already up. He left them in the greenhouse, what, 3 or 4 days?
3 or 4 days in the greenhouse. I told her, I says, it's just too cool out there. It's going to be too cold. I am going to bring them in the house and put them over by the wood heater.
Look at this. They're back by our back door, so they're pulling to the door. We keep rotating them every few hours because they keep pulling. But that is awesome. Now look at the other end of the tray.
Look at that.
Spaghetti squash, and what's the other? The gold prize.
The gold prize. God,
Yeah.
this is what a wood stove will do. The heat from a wood stove will heat that sucker up. Them things will come up. And look, these are 2016 and 2017 and 2018 seeds. Except for the squash. Now, squash is last year.
Was last year.
But all the tomato seeds, all the pepper seeds, and all that was last year. Was 2016, 17, 18 seeds.
Yeah, it went crazy. So, I mean, y'all, I titled this, Let's Get Ready to Plant, because it's cold outside, but if you do it right, you can get your plants up. You just don't want them leggy before.
That's with no
Tell
growth.
them how you keep them from being so leggy by transplanting constantly. Moving them out of this when they get
Yeah, once they get up and get like, I like to wait till they have 4 true leaves, and when they get to 4 true leaves, I take solo cups and take my knife and go around the bottom of the solo cup and cut little notches around the edge of it, and I transfer them off of these little cubicles into a solo cup and set them in a tray of water and fertilize the water. And that's all I do to them until it comes planting time. Now, Eagle Lover says, Danny, do you need to...
No, does he need...
Do I need to cover my onions that I planted last week in Houston, Texas? As cold as it's going to get this time, I would say I would do it just as a safety precaution. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to cover ours because it's only going to get down to, I don't know, 18 or 19.
We're hoping it don't get that low, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think it's going to get to 18 or 19, and we might cover them. We might just go ahead and do it, just to be safe. But we have plenty in the greenhouse if something happens to the ones outside.
Yeah, and somebody's saying cold framing advice. So I guess that about using a cold frame right now.
Cold frames would be good right now, really. I mean, that's we don't have anything in ours, but if you have one, that's definitely a place you need to be growing is in a cold frame.
Yeah. Hey, Lou, just Lou. And now I see Alderman. So there's a bunch of people popped in.
Yep, I saw Alderman's was live a while
Homestead
ago. I couldn't get into their thing because my internet wouldn't work, but I did see they were live.
Yeah, and Grow Family was live a while ago, and during both of them, our internet was... Okay. I made him some snacks. These are the sweet potato bites. I spent the time in the kitchen today making those.
Yeah.
So he would have several goodies too, because he can't have my goodies. He can't have my chocolate covered cherries.
Nope.
That's mine. So, but now what else?
Hey, Prairie Girl.
Our internet was acting up. It didn't want to let us watch anybody's live streams a while ago, but
Yeah, wouldn't let us
hopefully
watch
ours
nothing.
will stay in right now. We've turned everything off, hoping that it'll at least stay in somewhere.
Could I plant my purple sugar cane right after this cold snap? You should have already had it planted way back yonder.
October, November.
October and November is when you plant sugar cane. You dig
So-
it deep in the ground and plant it and keep it covered up deep, and it usually does. You don't have to worry about anything.
If it's not dried out,
If it ain't dried out, you need to get it in the ground, because if it's dried out, it won't live.
thank you guys for the shirt. Yeah, I love this shirt. It's
Nancy said, I killed a lot of my tomatoes and I moved them to cups with Miracle Grow. I've never lost any of them by doing that.
yeah. So, before I forget, tomorrow morning, because it's Valentine's, Lippy at Gemini Homestead started a collaboration with 4 or 5 couples this week, and we're all going to post a video at 7 o'clock in the morning. And so you guys want to just, they're little quick videos, so you can watch all of them within 10 minutes probably, or less.
Or less, yeah.
And so just wishing everybody a happy Valentine's Day. So you guys, we thought we'd do something a little different and fun in the morning. So y'all check out. I'm going to try to have the people listed in the description of mine. And then I'm going to see if Lippy's got a playlist so you can go back and forth and find them right quick. But check them out first thing in the morning for Valentine's.
What can you grow in a cold frame in 18-degree weather? You can grow probably broccoli well, the number one thing that you can grow in that kind of weather is Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts do well in cold. As a matter of fact, I've seen Brussels sprouts get completely covered up with snow and still are all right.
There's Faith. Hey, hey, that's my granddaughter.
Chasing
Faith.
rabbits?
Yep, she's in here. So you can start things, but we haven't started anything in the cold frame yet. We are waiting.
No, we're waiting. The cold frame will be used for our sweet potato draws, which will probably be after this cold weather's over.
Yeah, we'll start them within 2 weeks probably. We just didn't want to start them with all this cold because they'll just sit there. They won't grow. And you really want to wait till the cold's gone and get them in there, and they will go crazy then.
Yeah. Should I tell what I found out about Gemini this past week?
I guess, because I don't know what you're talking about.
Hard today. On the radio, remember I told you on the radio I heard it.
Go ahead. I'm drawing a blank, but go ahead. Lippy, I'm sorry.
Okay, Miss Lippy, I heard this on the radio the other day. I had to move Wanda's car back up under the carport, and when I got in it, I cranked it up to move it, which craziest thing to me, you have to push a button to crank it, you don't turn a key, but as I cranked the car and was turning around to pull it up on the carport, on the radio they had a thing going about who are the hardest people to date.
That's right.
And what was the sign? What sign is the hardest people to date? Number 1 was Gemini. People born under the sign of Gemini were the hardest people to date and get close to. Number 2 was Cancer, and number 3 was a Leo. And
what are you?
I'm a Leo.
Okay, I knew you were 3 or 4.
So I was number 3. So Lippy, I'm not far behind you. It's hard for people to date people like us, you know. So I guess I thought that was interesting. I didn't stay in there long enough to see who the easiest ones to date were, but I did hear the ones that was hardest to date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, bless his heart.
I just, you know, I seen that and I thought that was like, wow.
They said you should go back and look at my expression when you asked me about Gemini, because I drew a blank. I didn't know what he was talking about. Even when he said something else, I'm like, I don't know what he's talking about, because he came in telling me that and I was laughing, but then I was busy and I didn't pay that close attention as usual.
Buddy Gemini Homestead said that is no doubt.
That's why he had to marry her and stay married to her, because there ain't nobody else gonna date her.
Yep.
But he's it.
I'm a Leo.
He is her Gemini.
I'm a Leo, and they said that the Geminis, the Cancer, and Leo were the hardest people to date.
Okay, so he shut the car off and didn't listen, because he came in saying they were fixing to tell the easiest people to date. Y'all, I bet you Virgo is number one.
I didn't stay to listen to the easiest ones. I probably should have, but
I don't know. I should have Googled it or something to see what it found
Texas
out.
Plow Girl says, I'm a Gemini myself. I can agree to that. But I thought that, Fabrication Ranch says, I can't even handle myself. Yeah. I have to hold a gun on myself when I shave. Because I'm afraid I'll cut my own throat. So, I mean, that's how bad it gets sometimes.
Should I tell about our little gift thingies here before we get started in more
Yeah,
pictures?
you better tell them about that.
We'll forget.
We'll be forgot if you don't.
Okay. We got a Valentine's card from Jennifer. That is Danny's daughter. So she sent us a Valentine's card. Yep. I think we got it today.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, was it?
Yep, it was yesterday.
Okay, this one, Kathy. All right, we got this one from Kathy. She sent us a Valentine's card. I got one letter I'm going to talk about in a minute, and it's kind of special. That one's not one I need. I do want to mention we got a letter from Annette. So she was sending Danny some information on heart supplements.
Yeah.
Kim.
We did order it.
Okay. Can you hold those up? Kim sent those. Those are the little mini shirt pocket prayer cloths, and they have in them little crosses in the inside.
These little shirt, yeah.
You stick them in your pocket or in your purse and take them with you. They're like prayer blankets, I guess, or whatever. I don't
prayer
know.
Quilts on the back.
Quilts, that's what it
has.
It has
little sayings on the back. Talks about these are prayer quilts.
Yeah, they're like to go with you. And inside each one of them is a little cross in it. I thought that was really neat.
That was really neat and special.
She said she was going to keep making them until she ran out of crosses. All right, Mr. Brian sent these. Got in a note and stuff. I'm just letting you.
An assortment of flower seeds.
So y'all, if I plant all these flowers,
I'm talking about this is a lot of flower seeds.
I could plant 10 acres, couldn't I?
Yeah, she could plant 10 acres of flowers.
So I've got flowers of a bunch of different kinds to plant.
Yeah.
But this one is very special. The lady that wrote this, she may not any longer be with us, and she may, I'm not sure. But she's been with us for a long time. Her name is Lynn. And see the name? You remember that name?
Yeah, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
I don't know how to pronounce it either.
I don't want to mess it up.
But anyway, Miss Lynn sent this, and we got it a few days ago. And inside she wrote a nice letter, and she said, I'm telling y'all goodbye. She has cancer, and she was having a good day.
She was having some physical issues and didn't really know what was going on. And she finally went
a few months ago,
and she finally went to the doctor. And come to find out, she has stage 4 liver cancer that has metastasized. And she just wrote us a letter to tell us how much she appreciated us, how much she's enjoyed watching us, and that she wanted to be able to say goodbye to us before she actually passed away. And we thought that was
very special.
That was very special to her. And we do not know yet, if
one way or another.
One way or another. We love her. We appreciated her. And we
continue to pray for her or for her
family. Yeah.
She said she had 2 daughters. One was a teenager and one was married, and the married one was staying there at night and taking care of her. The teenager was staying during the day while the married one was at work, and so her family's taking care of her, and to me that is special. That's very special, that her family is taking care of her, and that she wanted to say goodbye to us, and we appreciate that because we've lost quite a few of our subs.
We've lost a lot of our subs in the last 2 or 3 years.
Couple of years, and
yeah. people that's really close to us.
Yeah, and this lady has been with us for a long time, and because I remember the name, and she's commented quite a bit, and so we just wanted to mention that. You know, because we get these letters all the time from different people, not like this, but we do get letters, and they're all special. And usually I don't mention the letters, but this one was very special.
Texas Plow Girl says, Danny, I figured out what was causing my heart palpitations. It was Pam spray. I know Wanda uses it. I thought I might quit using it for a few days to see if that might be it. Wow.
I don't use it all the time on everything with his, but I do use it, so we might check into that. I don't use it like when I make your sweet potato thing and different stuff. I try not to use it for the most part on most stuff. There's Raisin Ronas. And your daughter Jennifer, she said my shirt looked good on me.
She did. Yeah, I saw that.
I had to wear it because he's not taking me anywhere tonight. We're here, so
we're here with you guys. We're spending our Valentine's Day with you guys.
Danny, will English peas be okay in the
freeze that's coming? We're gonna find out, Delane, because mine is planted and they're starting to come up. So the old adage is English peas can take a freeze, but the blooms and the pods cannot. So it depends on what size they are, as I'm guessing.
Okay, I want to, somebody said something about roses. I got my roses, and over on Crazy Days, that is my channel, I showed my rose garden. I started a rose garden, and Lippy from Gemini Homestead is going to be helping me kind of tweak it some more, but there is a temporary how it's looking right now over on Crazy Days. And also there's videos over there of all kinds of things. The she shed. I was going to show them a little bit about the she shed here, because some of them mention it because they do watch Crazy Days. I do have a spritzer, Jennifer. And I've got olive oil in it. I just forget to use it lots of times. This is what the Cannon Kitchen's going to look like. Isn't that awesome? I know it's kind of hard to tell right now, but everything's done, ready.
Everything is ready to go in the Cannon Kitchen, and we're just anxiously awaiting the arrival of the countertop.
And then he'll be building shelves and things like that.
Danny, when is the next day to plant potatoes? You know, Jan, I haven't even looked, to be honest with you. We got ours in the ground, and I didn't look any further.
All right, I want to show them what the she shed's looking like, because we haven't done an update since Danny's been painting. Well, I painted some too, but the painting and the trim and stuff like that. He put the gray trim around the bottom. He trimmed the doors in the gray trim, and the poster gray. We've added ceiling fans. We mainly like painting doors. Is that about it?
We got to paint our doors and the trim, some of the trim around the doors.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten everything
finished.
So this is what it's looking like. I thought he did a really, really good job here. Okay. And I don't know what else I got here. I got.
I don't know what you.
Into the other stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Now. We are waiting for a few days to get our potatoes planted. Yeah, if in the spring you want to.
Somebody asked about Zone 9. I honestly don't know right now because I have not looked to see what any more planting dates was. We planted our English peas, we planted our potatoes, and we told you on there what days we planted them. once we did that, I've been so busy with getting everything else ready for this freeze and trying to take care of stuff that I haven't even paid any attention, because I know we're not going to be planting until probably mid-March now. So
No, my countertop did not come in. And somebody wants to know, how much water do you put in your tray, seed starter tray?
to start with, I put about half an inch in it, and I leave that until it's completely saturated up into the little cups. And once that happens, I'll put like a quarter of an inch in the bottom of it then, and I just keep waiting until it just goes completely away before I add any more.
Yeah. We had several people, when Danny did the seed starting thing, asked about the sprayer. So this is the little sprayer that we have. I thought I would just kind of put it up and you can look at it and get the name off of it and look for it. We had people say they found it on Amazon. Some said they found it like Ace Hardware,
Tractor Supply, Dollar General.
Yeah, even Dollar General.
Yeah.
Danny and I found one when we were in Walmart the other day, but it wasn't as big, was it?
No, it's not as fancy as that one. This
No.
one here has the brass tip on the end of it and all. That one didn't have the brass tip. This one's a little bit better built. It has the release valve on the side. That one didn't have it.
I think I bought this one at Alexander Hardware. I'm almost positive.
You might have.
I think that's where I got it, our local hardware store. So that is the sprayer that everybody's talking about, because you can pump it up and just sit and spray. It was amazing.
Anytime, talking about planting potatoes, if you're planting by the signs, you need to look for the sign to be able to plant them in. I don't have my thing in front of me to know, but Wanda and I have learned, we put ours in the ground when the dirt allows it to be put in the ground. When it's not too wet and not too dry, and I anticipated all the rain we was going to be getting, so I put ours up on beds.
Okay, so they're saying Home Depot has the sprayers for $6. Somebody else says Harbor Freight has them. And Grow Family Network jumped in. He went out and picked Bev out of the garden a bouquet of like leaves. It was the cabbage or kale or whatever he was picking, leaves, different colored leaves, like purple leaves and green leaves.
Yeah.
Done a head of broccoli in the middle, some little flowers off the lettuce that went to seed or started bolting. Stuck that in there. He did a good job. Y'all go back and watch Grow Family Network's Valentine's to Bev. It was pretty cool. Somebody said they bought the sprayers at Lowe's. So there's a lot of places you can find them, and with them getting in their garden stuff, Walmart had a supply of garden stuff.
You could probably get them just about anywhere now.
Yeah. So if you're looking for anything from seeds to, I mean, whatever, Walmart had a lot of stuff. We don't usually go in there, but we did this week. We made a trip, and we looked at Canon stuff. They did have some Canon stuff.
They had 3 cases of jars. I told Wanda, I said, let's buy them. And she says, no.
No.
So I bought one anyway.
He did. He would have bought all the jars.
I would have bought them all.
And I'm like, no, we have enough jars. We're eating out of them daily. And what I'm doing is replacing, and I could probably fill them all with carrots. You want to show them the carrots?
Oh, yeah. Show them the carrots. Let's see. Where are they at? Oh, carrots number 1. Here we go.
If you didn't see my carrot video over on Crazy Days, I went out and finished the bed that Danny had already pulled a lot of carrots. We had already done a video over here on Deep South, and I went out and pulled the rest of the bed, and this is how many carrots was in the rest of the bed.
This ain't the bulk of them. This is after we'd already canned, what, 20-something jars?
No, I done canned 60 jars.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I done canned over 60 jars out of this bed, and I still had this many. So I put up 18 more pints out of this bed.
Plus.
And then this is the second bed. I put up 14 quarts out of that, what you see right there. And the rest of the bed is in my refrigerator.
We have 2 drawers full in the refrigerator. 2 bottom drawers in the refrigerator are full of carrots right now. Plus what we've eaten fresh.
And I'm making him, oh, we sent Jennifer some too.
Oh yeah, Jennifer came and got some. Maggie took some home.
Maggie took some home, I think.
There is, yeah, we carrot harvest, oh my gosh, it was just one of our better years for carrots. Now if we'd have thinned them out, we'd have probably had more than that.
Yeah. And then I wanted to show you guys some of the things that we still have growing. This is the cabbage. I harvested this cabbage today. We're going to be eating it probably tomorrow. I'll be making some more cabbage steaks and probably some slaw because that's the way we like it. People
Hey,
ask,
Lynn, glad to see you jumping in here, girl.
people ask, do we do sauerkraut? No, we just eat it fresh. I mean, that's it. We've got, what, 4 more?
There's 3 or 4 more in there, yeah.
Yeah, to eat. So we just harvest one when we want one, and when it gets, the size we need it.
Doug S. says, my onion seeds got to 3 inches, then flopped. What am I doing wrong? Onions seeds require lots of nitrogen. They require lots of water. It's possible that they may have dried out some or didn't get enough nitrogen. In the first part of their life, nitrogen is a big issue.
Yeah, so I'm just reading comments. Now this was a surprise. I went out there today to Danny's greenhouse, the Kingdom, and look, I had my first asparagus. Y'all, I picked it, ate it, because there's asparagus all in that bed coming up. And I looked outside in our asparagus bed, and it's starting to pop the ground out there too. So we are fixing to start having asparagus in the greenhouse and in the garden, or in the yard where it's at.
How do you think cabbage will take this weather? Not good, Stacy. It will not take it. It will freeze them and they will rot. If you have a cabbage outside, you either need to cover it or cut it and bring it inside because it will not take it.
Oh, North and South said their cows got into their bed and ate their carrots.
Oh. Well, they'll come back if they didn't. If
they only got the
if they only got the tops of them, they will come back out.
Yeah. Okay, so one other thing. We have in Danny's greenhouse, we have a whole bed of strawberries that we got from Grower Solutions last year in the greenhouse. They're all blooming like crazy, and Grower Solutions sent us a little gift box this week, and there's more strawberries. What else did you get?
I got raspberries, apple trees, blueberry.
A blueberry, yeah. And we've got, what's the others coming?
We got hazelnuts. I ordered a bunch of hazelnut trees because we like to make sure we have plenty of nuts around on the farm here so that if something happens in the future.
Nuts.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuts around the world today. But we want to have plenty of nut trees around here, not only for us to consume, but if we have wildlife like pigs or anything like that, or if it brings in the deer, we're able to be able to harvest a deer or something. So we're looking at probably trying to put some more nut trees on the homestead.
Scott wants to know, how long does it take asparagus to produce spears?
You want to start off with 2-year-old crowns. You want to bury them about 8 to 10 inches deep in the ground, and wait until the next year, which would be the 3rd year of them, and then you can harvest them sparingly, not a lot of them, but sparingly, and then the year after that you can just start harvesting.
Wanda harvest when she sees it.
Wanda just, if she walks out there and there's one out there, she just pulls it, she just snaps it off and eats it. I said, you got to give them time to go.
They taste good.
She just can't contain herself.
Yes, those strawberries were bare root, and
yes,
what they sent were bare root.
All plants you get are bare roots.
Yeah. All right, so, and in my greenhouse, I planted a bunch of red green beans, and I have quite a few. This is just one spot, but I got a bunch of those coming up. They're supposed to turn a red or purple color so you can see to pick them. So I do have green beans coming up, and then update on the aloe. It is tall. It has not bloomed.
It has not bloomed out yet.
So I'm waiting on the aloe. I'm checking it every day, and it is in the barn greenhouse. And I told Danny, if it gets too cold.
Did you ever turn that light off out there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I said if it gets too cold, I'm gonna have to go out there and turn the light back on and leave it on.
What are the differences between the King Dome and the Queen Dome in this weather? Today, the temperature did not, the chill factor did not get out of the 30s. Wanda's greenhouse or high tunnel, the Queen Dome, got up to 60 degrees. Mine never got above 45. Wasn't it 45? It was 45, yeah. Mine never got above 45. Of course, we have the doors open on mine and everything where the air can come through it, so.
Jacqueline says she got her Alexa Pure and she
loves it. Well, which reminds me, I never did get back with Adam on.
I've sent him a message.
Did you?
I hadn't heard from him.
Okay.
Hopefully,
Jim and I talked to
the company.
The company, and I had a call into Adam to talk to him about your situation, and I haven't heard back. I got to get back with him. I just remembered that.
Somebody's wanting to know about the heart supplements. Oops.
They were magnesium.
CoQ10. One of them was CoQ10, and I don't remember what else.
Magnesium, wasn't it?
I think that was one of them. I don't know. I'll look right quick and tell you when Danny talks about something.
What we got here? I'm trying to grow blackberry, blueberry, and raspberry bushes. I hope they survive and bear fruit. They should. I mean, they're pretty hardy. How are our potatoes doing? They're not coming up at all yet. The ground is still too cold.
They are in my GreenStalk.
Yeah, our GreenStalk is, but not in the garden.
But guys, GreenStalk's having a sale through tomorrow. It was the 12th through the 14th. You can get the 5-tier GreenStalk for like $109 or something like that. Use my promo code and you get $10 off. So check out GreenStalk. CoQ10 enzymes, hawthorn berry extract, and capsaicin extract. Capsicum. In other words, cayenne.
Yeah, capsaicin.
I thought that's what I said, and then I changed it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or some people say caspium, I don't know.
They say it different ways.
Yeah.
Are you supposed
to prune blackberries? Yes. I wait till my blackberries get about 3 feet tall, and I cut the top out of them. The more you cut them, the more they branch out, and then after the first year, the old canes will die off and new ones will come out, and when they get to be 3 feet tall, I top them.
Somebody said, I missed who said it, but said something about they planted asparagus 6 years ago, and I didn't get to read all of it.
They was talking about they harvested
pretty quick, too. You can't help but harvest it. Does asparagus do well in raised beds? Well, it's doing great in the greenhouse.
It does good in the greenhouse. I mean,
and that's a raised bed.
Yeah.
So,
well, we call it a greenhouse. It's a high tunnel.
Well, it's a greenhouse since you added all the stuff. Carla said, glad
to be able to catch you guys live. It's the best way to catch somebody alive.
Your daughter had an EKG done on her heart and said it was perfect. They say your dad's heart.
They tell me the same thing. I go to the doctor on my heart. It's all screwing up, missing beats, and jumping, adding, skipping, running, stopping. Then they'll put me on a treadmill and they run me up to my heart rate runs up like 250 beats a minute. And they keep me there until I'm about to die. And then I get off and they shoot this stuff in me and they come in there and they look at me and go, wow, what do you eat? And I'm like, well, I try to eat organic as much as I can. I raise my own food and everything. They go, you're healthier than we are. You got a perfect heart. I'm like, well, why is it messing up? You know?
Chasing rabbits. She said, hey, Nana and Pawpaw, are you planting corn this year?
Yes.
What kind?
Well, actually, we probably plant a couple of different kinds. We thought about in Wanda's high tunnel, we're going to probably plant some Cherokee popcorn. Mm-hmm. And then I'll probably plant my Danny corn out in the field. Or we may go with Hickory King this year. We have a little bit of Hickory King we may plant.
But we really need some Danny corn to keep going.
Yeah, we like to keep it going.
I don't know. It's kind of hard because we've downed all our area that we usually
We're turning
plant.
a lot of it in for the cows because we're realizing we need more land for our cows.
Now, we're not planting sweet corn this year because we planted and we've got quite a bit left from last year. And corn takes up a good bit of space. So we're not planting sweet corn this year. But I do want some popcorn, and I think that's going in my greenhouse. And we're going to see if I can grow popcorn in a greenhouse.
We should be able to because it doesn't get that tall, and the ears are kind of small. McCarthy McDear says, I'm a cardiology RN and sounds like you're going to be fine, sir.
Yeah, they tell him. I think it's his stomach. I think there's something going on with his stomach.
I tell you this much, I can put peppermint oil on my stomach and my heart straightens up instantly. And it doesn't give me any problems for like half a day, sometimes a whole day. And maybe late that night I'll put a little bit more peppermint oil on my stomach or my abdomen area, just a little bit, and I don't have any problems. But if I forget to put the peppermint oil on me, my heart goes wacko. So I don't know what's going on there.
Cul-de-sac said they wanted to know about Danny corn cooking with it. When it's in its milk stage, we just kind of fry. I have a video called Fried Corn. Put some butter in the skillet and just cook it real slow for a while. Kind of, I don't know, it's more like sauteing in butter for a little while. We like it that way. But mostly Danny corn is, we wait till it dries. We make grits and cornmeal out of it. That's the biggest thing with Danny corn.
Yeah. It makes good animal feed, and, you know, it's stuffing. Scott is not the gallbladder because I had mine took out.
Yeah, they removed it. Well, we hope they did anyway.
I have, Martha, I don't have any issues with reflux. I never have indigestion, anything like that. None of that problem.
He does have gas, Bill.
I have lots of gas and lots of bloating. And sometimes I wonder if I have a hiatus hernia. Nobody's ever said that I do, but
I don't think you've been checked.
I haven't really ever been checked that much for one.
All right, North and South. My 6-year-old likes to watch you all. He said it's Danny and Wanda and smiles. Then Danny says Danny corn, and Landon cracks up, says Danny corn. That's cool. Hey, Landon, how are you? What's
the difference between Danny corn and sweet corn? Danny corn is a corn that I created probably 28 years ago now, and it's a dent corn. It makes excellent animal feed, cornmeal, grits. It's not sweet. It's a field corn. It's not anything like sweet corn.
Thank you, Grow Family. He said he's going to be praying. Thanks for the knowledge. He said blessings everyone with the knowledge for years. Look at the world. Look at the world causes distress. Look inside causes depression. Look to Jesus and gain rest. That's Zoe.
Oh, the question went by. It says, Danny, if you don't mind me asking, how are you feeling? You look like you feel you look like you're very healthy. I have good days and I have bad days. I have PTSD pretty bad sometimes. You know, it's one of those things that you deal with when you've been through a lot of horrific things in life. You've seen a lot of bad things. You've had people die in your hands. I mean, there's things like that. And then I have heart issues on top of all that. So I mean, I got lots of health issues. Is Danny corn dent? Yes, it is a dent corn.
Yeah.
Another person said that their friend swears by peppermint oil on their stomach.
Yeah. When I finally taught Danny into using it,
Martha, no, I'm not on a probiotic.
She said it couldn't hurt though.
No, it's not going to hurt. I realize that, but I don't take anything. As a matter of fact, I've been to the doctor so many times, and they experiment with me. Well, you need to take this. You need to take that. You need to do this. You need to do that. And most of them make me worse than I am, so I quit doing anything.
Yeah.
Yes, Jennifer, my issues with my heart started long before my gallbladder was took out. My heart issues started in November of 2011.
North and South said Landon's eyes lit up like Christmas when I said hi to him.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
We didn't come on here tonight to talk about me. What else pictures we got going here?
I'm done with the pictures.
Oh, was that all of them?
I'm done.
I didn't see you do the radishes.
Oh, I missed the radishes? Okay.
Yeah, that's Miss Wanda's radishes there. Now, she doesn't know it, but today I thinned them out for her because she always says she never gets any radishes. And I looked at them and I was like, oh my gosh, no wonder she don't have any radishes. These things are so thick, they're like the hair on a dog's back. So I thinned them out to about every 2 or 3 inches apart.
Happy Valentine's.
and she can be sadistic in a lot of ways.
That was yours.
Put that cherry with she knows I love white chocolate, and I can't eat it, and she puts it right in front of my face where I have to smell it and look at it and knowing that I want it, and then
that was yours. I ate it.
And then
for
just
you.
eats it right in front of me.
I ate it for you.
That's the kind of stuff I have to put up with. That's probably what's wrong with me. I'm emotionally distressed because of. This is sad. Okay, it's time to. Okay. Oh.
That was a little kid thing.
I know it. I know it.
Oh.
Let's see.
Don't you just love when little kids are screaming bloody murder and you say something to them and they stop?
They go, what? You know, yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
Dan, Mr. Dan, if you decide to get a third high tunnel, what would you use it for?
We are thinking.
We are thinking about doing a third one. When the finances become available. We're poor folk. We have to do things whenever we get money to do them. We don't go in debt.
We got to finish projects.
Yes, we have to finish up stuff. Matter of fact, I spent the whole day today wiring and running conduit in her greenhouse.
Yeah, because Wanda said January 2021. We do not add new projects till we finish the other ones.
Yeah. Yes.
And he's already got another one in making besides the tunnel.
Yeah.
And I'm going, whoa, not yet.
Yeah. Yes. You can grow sugarcane in Zone 7B. But you got to make sure you cut it off and keep it from freezing. And yeah, you got to work with it. It can be done, but you got to work with it.
Do you ever roast radishes? I don't get enough.
She eats them before she gets a chance.
I only get a few when I harvest, and it's like I eat them fresh over a period of 2 or 3 days, and they're gone.
Scott says I have PWSD.
Post-Wanda stress disorder.
Oh.
Thank you, Pia. She said my shirt's nice.
They aren't taking orders until possibly next week for high tunnels. Wow, super demand right now. That's Grower Solutions. I talked to this past week about that.
Yeah.
They said since Deep South Homestead, Roots and Refuge, and our friends Kevin and Sarah over at Living Tradition all started talking about the high tunnels and the ground covers and stuff like that. They can't keep up with the demands. Now they are still giving quotes, but they're not able to do anything just yet. Hopefully this coming week they'll be able to get back up and going.
Yeah, he said they just had to catch up on what they already had orders for. And 2, I know last year they had their suppliers. It was like trying to get their materials. So they had to make sure they had enough for the orders they had, then start again.
Yeah.
And they will give you quotes right now, and then probably next week we'll start again.
Zoe says, eat dark chocolate, Danny. I can, but the cardiologists and all have told me that it has to be the pure dark chocolate, the unsweetened kind.
And it don't.
That's organic and it tastes as nasty as it can be. It's got to be pure cocoa.
Okay, I gotta have another one. These things are good and they're addictive. Thank you, Scratch Maid.
Oh, when would you plant sugarcane in Zone 7B? Where do you buy the plants? Carla, sugarcane is not ready to be sold until about late October. And as soon as you get it in late October, you need to open up the ground and get it about 8 inches deep and keep it underground all winter. Danny, my potatoes have not came up yet, and snow is coming tomorrow night, and I'm in Texas. Will they be okay? They should be okay. You shouldn't have any problems.
That's mean. I know.
Danny, why can't you have chocolate? Because of the caffeine factor in it. They told me that if I eat chocolate, it will make my heart race. So I can't have coffee or anything like that. They told me no more rides at the fair. They told me no more airplane rides or anything like that because they told me I have hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
He does have a heart condition. It's just that what's going on now is not necessarily that.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to do a pacemaker the last time.
Yeah, he told me I was not a candidate for a pacemaker yet.
Yet was the word.
That was a yet. That was a couple years ago.
Yeah, so maybe by now he might be if something happens.
Oh, never know. If you were unable to set up your own high tunnel, how much would you estimate setup costing? Well, it can be done in 2 days, so I don't know. By 2 people, maybe $500 or something like that. You know, $300 to $500.
It's according.
Depends on who's doing it and what they charge per hour. You know, and how many of them it takes. Me and Wanda did ours in a couple of days.
Yeah. We got. We could have done the whole setup, putting the plastic and everything, except he's doing a lot of wood.
Yeah.
And when you do all the building, that takes a little more. If we'd have just done the kit, 2 days, and it would have been over and done with. Yeah, he's not supposed to be happy and sad and all this stuff.
Yeah, they told me I can't be happy. They told me I can't be sad. I have to maintain a melatonin, like just an even keel, to keep the stress down on my heart. They told me with a heart like I had, that I could live to be 150 years old, or I could die before I walked out that door.
Sam said, my wife has decided that we, or I, need to build us a large greenhouse before next winter so we can have fresh veggies all winter after I catch up on some of my other projects.
Oh.
Danny's got projects he's got to finish.
I got a lot of projects.
Actually, we hadn't really said anything yet, but I ordered the flooring.
Rita, yes, it's time to plant your English peas.
I ordered the flooring for the cabin. It's going to be here. We're going to let it acclimate and hopefully by the springtime, when he gets all these other projects done, he'll be ready to put my flooring down. Because that's about the only thing we lack. The walls in the bedroom and the flooring, right? Yeah. So we'll have the cabin finished. Maybe this spring.
Jen, I love white chocolate. Now, there ain't no lie about it. I love white chocolate. But I have held off on it for a little while just to see if it actually plays any kind of part on my heart. Because we're trying to eliminate some things to see. We've taken as much. There's an amino acid called tyramine that we've tried to take out of my diet as much as possible. A gentleman from Europe had told me that he found out that that's what was causing his heart problems. And we're trying to get that amino acid out of my system as much as we can to see if even that would help.
All right, so this got my muscadines from Georgia. How long will they last bare root in the box cased in the gel?
Just keep it damp and they'll last for quite a while. Or you can heal them in the ground somewhere. Put them in mine's in a 5-gallon bucket here in the house. There was a question right ahead of that I wanted to answer and I forgot.
I didn't see it.
You grabbed it right.
I don't know.
What type of wood did y'all use for your raised beds? Well, because we live in the Deep South and it's so hot and humid here and termites are so bad, we used micronized copper treated wood.
So it's not the wood that most people, the treated wood that most people don't want to use.
Well, they don't sell the kind of treated wood anymore that has the arsenic in it.
When did you plant your cream peas? I'll plant those like May or so. It'll be.
Yeah, it's got to be really warm before we plant our cream peas.
I love white chocolate. ABC says she don't think it deserves the name chocolate, but I don't know. It's pretty good. I like it too.
Do you think strawberries would do okay in a GreenStalk? They will if you will fill the dirt to the top of the tray on the GreenStalk. Don't leave it sunk off down in there.
And you have to water, because I tried it twice and did not get any, and now I have blooming strawberries in my GreenStalk, one of them. You put the dirt up and keep them built up toward the top so they can hang over and not be down in the pocket. And the other thing is, water from each individual tray till they get really good going, like for 2 or 3 weeks. Water each individual tray. I learned that from Ashley at GreenStalk. She said that strawberries is one of the harder things to get started till their roots grow down.
Martha, take your roses and just get you a bucket and put you some potting soil in it and just stick them down in that. Cover the roots up and put a little water over them, and they should be fine up to a month that way. Will asparagus make it in this cold weather? Yes, asparagus will be just fine.
Stacy said all the hard rains they've had has washed the dirt away from her onions and some of the roots are showing. Do I try to straighten them or leave them alone?
I would try to straighten them up. If the roots are showing, I would cover the roots back up. Just make sure you don't cover the onions too deep, because if you do, you won't have any bulbs on them.
Did your greenhouses come with the plastic, or is that an extra purchase?
They come with the plastic. You get 3 pieces of plastic. You get 1 for each end wall and the plastic that goes over the top of it.
We are putting up a video.
Yes, we have a video coming up.
Wednesday, maybe? I think it's Wednesday. On the answering a lot of those questions on the greenhouse. We tried to go back to the videos that we did with in the collaboration with Grow Family Network and the Aldermans, and we picked out the questions and some of the things that people were asking. Tried to go over all the extras, not just the kit, but all the extras Danny added.
Danny, do you think if the creek runs through a field that has been treated with Grazon, will the fish be affected? I don't think so. I don't think they would be affected.
Grazon mainly affects
Grazon
plants.
Is a
for the most part.
I forgot. It's
you don't
it's
eat
a.
it
I'm trying to.
either,
It's
though.
a lipid. Aminolipid. In other words, it is designed to block the building block cells of a plant. When a plant gets to a certain age and the cell structure begins to put its blocks together to build, it blocks its ability to do that, thus killing the plant.
And
So-
y'all, we didn't realize, we got to talking a couple of days ago. Back, 4 years ago?
Yeah.
About 4 years ago, we had 2 tomato plants on our front in 2 pots. One of them, both of them got up to the same size. They were about 3 feet tall.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful plants, gorgeous, doing all pretty.
Yes.
Went out there the next day, one of them was dying. One of them grew, produced like crazy.
It was perfect.
The other one died within 2 to 3 days. Just out of the blue, died. They were getting watered, the same amount of sun, everything. Also, our maple tree that was right there started dying from one side coming down.
Yeah.
Out at the barn, we had tomatoes, and these were some kind of Russian, what was it called? Some type of Russian tomato.
Yeah.
Big, beautiful plants. One at a time just started dying. We thought it was the weather. It was too hot. We had all kinds of excuses. The next year, our English peas grew and then just started turning all funky looking all over the place. And we didn't know what was going on. We didn't find out till last year that it was Grazon. So for 3 years, we had been planting and using our goat manure and then our cow manure in our gardens, and it was causing us to have Grazon. So, I mean, or the effects of Grazon. I have 3 green stalks with strawberries. When I planted the bare roots, left the GreenStalk tiers unstacked until they established, and they're wonderful. Yes, that will help too. Never enough time.
Yeah,
It's just a learning process. I've had people asked about the green stalks. Strawberries is a learning process with them, very much.
Somebody has a question up above that, and I can only see part of it. I've got to go back.
Something about ordering plastic.
Yeah, I can only see part of it. I was going to order extra plastic from Grower Solution for my greenhouse. I could figure out I could not figure out which one to order. Got any advice?
Call and ask them.
Just call them and ask them. Well, they didn't say that they really did. Okay, they got it from Grower Solution. Well, they didn't say, they did not. You didn't say you got your greenhouse from Grower Solution. You just said you're ordering some for your greenhouse. You'll have to measure it and see what you need in order to be able to order it from Grower Solution. Now, Grower Solutions, if you got the greenhouse from them, then they will know what size it needs to be. But if you did not, then you will need to measure it yourself. The easiest way to do that is to throw a rope over it and hold the rope from one side to the other and mark the rope and then take it off and measure the rope.
Zoe says, I love how you research your ponds and the pH and everything for raising fish. Wish my dad had done this research before putting fish in his ponds. Y'all, our fish are doing good.
Our fish are funny.
Yeah, Danny even tried to catch one the other day. He used my reel and put it out there and had 2 bites, but he didn't lock it in or whatever. I don't know what he calls it. I'm not a
Well, it's a brand new reel and the drag wasn't set. And when I went to set the hook, it didn't even, the drag wasn't even set. I didn't know it.
And then after that, I played around trying to learn how to throw a reel. Danny should have had the camera. Just saying.
Oh, yeah. It was... We ain't gonna say no more.
Wanda's not a fisherman, just put it that way.
She has no hand-eye coordination for mashing a rod and reel and throwing it.
I told him to get me a cane pole and let me just pitch it out there and put it in one of those holders and watch it, and I'll be good. All this having to throw and release and then reel in, okay, it's too much. I'm not a gamer.
Yeah, that...
He said he understands why I can't play games.
I understand why she can't do a lot of things, because she has no hand-eye coordination. There's no hand-eye coordination whatsoever. I told her, I says, just go over your head, mash the button in, let go of it when you get right beside your face, when the rod is straight up in the air, and just continue through with the motion. She's like, whoosh, and it just, you know.
I either forget to mash it or I forget to let go. I can't remember all the processes in between.
Yeah, it was worse than what I thought.
Yeah, so.
She hasn't lost a rod yet, but.
No. I tangled it up really good.
Yeah, she tangled it up good.
I mean, that's one thing. I did tangle.
I'm gonna have to get her a cane pole though. I can tell you that. She definitely could never fly fish. There's just no way possible she could fly fish.
It'd be all tangled up. All tangled up.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
I mean, your daughters and your granddaughters can throw a rod and reel, but you can't.
My grandsons.
Yeah.
Little bitty grandkids can throw it. Hey, the twins, they're a year old. They can throw the whole rod in the pond. I mean, but I can cook and grow food.
Yeah.
Yes. Jennifer said, get video next time.
Oh, I will next time. I just didn't know it was that bad.
He was sitting in the swing coaching.
I was trying to tell her.
Oh, it was funny.
I even, you know how when somebody's learning how to golf, you get behind them and you show them how to hold their hand on the club and to make the swing and stuff like that. I even got behind her and I grabbed her arm and I says, let's come back with your arm, and when we go forward, we're going to release and we're going to continue through with the motion.
Oh, Amy said don't give her an open face pole.
Oh no.
Libby said she's having fishing 101 when she gets here.
Oh yeah.
But we gonna have editing 101. It's a two-way street.
She could not use an open face reel whatsoever.
I don't even know what. What is an open face?
Or when you kind of pull the hoop over on, or a bait casting reel where you have to control it with your thumb. Oh no, that just The first time she would do, it's called a bird's nest. The first time she'd throw it, it would just spin up, make a bird's nest. It'd just go whoosh, and then you'd be spending the next hour just cut all the string off of it and redo it.
Oh, I thought the thing you mash it.
Oh no, I have a reel out there that don't have a button on it. You just use your thumb on the string.
Oh, but I mean bird's nest. I thought that meant that was what you do when you mash something. Otherwise, you're talking about when I tangle it up. It's called a bird's nest.
on the reel part down here, not on the end of the rod out there.
See, they said it's okay to use a cane pole.
Yeah, she needs an open. Yeah.
Sounds like you need protective eyewear and long sleeves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's bringing the
Jennifer
laptop.
goes, what? It was one with a button? Yes, Jennifer, it was one with a button. She could not make it happen.
I'm sorry. I am not
that I kept telling her, I said, let me just stay away from you because you'll be hooked me,
Give her a reel without the fishing string. Well, what's the purpose? I was throwing it out there and I'm going, come on, guys. You got to get this thing. What was it called that you put on there?
I put her a spinner bait on the end of it.
I was going, come on, guys. Now, I would pitch it out there and I would be reeling. I'm going, come on, come on. I want to show Danny I can get one. Come on, come on. And he's sitting back there going, I was talking to the fish. They wouldn't bite.
Kathy, you should be fine. As long as you don't put too much nitrogen in those beds, you'll be fine.
Deb says, do not ever, ever, ever put a deep freeze in the basements. Hard lesson learned when you have no power for weeks. For 3 weeks when a winter storm comes.
Yeah, you need a backup generator if you're going to do that. With a cord running down in there so you can keep them freeze. You just don't put your generator in the basement, though.
See, Janice says her patience is too good to fish. I always went with people and sat on the bank and read a book. And when they caught a fish, I go, hey, that's good. I mean, that was my fishing.
Yeah.
I cheered them on.
Yeah, she...
So
we're
over our time anyway.
Yeah, we are.
We do want to remember people in prayer requests.
Yes.
Lynn here that we talked about earlier.
Her and her family.
Her and her family. We want to talk Lippy, Gemini Acres. Gemini
Homestead, not Acres. Say it.
Gemini Homestead. Was in a car accident last week and she's getting over that and she can't turn her head. And y'all remember our collaboration tomorrow with Gemini Homestead. And what else? I know there's several people have lost loved ones this past week. Miss Charlotte Slayton, it's Rub-a-Dub Homestead. Lost her husband last week, her brother this week.
Yes.
So we do want to remember Miss Charlotte. I know there's others and I can't remember.
Happy Valentine's Day, Janie.
Let's see. Y'all have to just, if y'all remember people, you'll have to put them up.
Yeah, we get so many emails and letters every week that I just have to say, Lord, you, and I pray for every one of them when I see them, you know, and some have lost their jobs, some have tremendous health issues.
Miss Tammy, yeah, my friend Tammy.
Some have COVID, have said they come down with COVID. Some have cancer, different things, and I just stop right there as soon as I get it, and I go ahead and pray for them right then, and I say, Lord, when it comes Saturday night, and I can't remember who all these people are, you know that I've already lifted them up, and I continually lift them up.
Cul-de-sac said keep praying for her daughter. She's expecting. Now, I missed part of it, but anyway, she said that the baby is a boy.
Oh, yeah, I saw that earlier in the day, yeah.
Never Alone says her aunt's back in the hospital. Good night, Food Forest.
Oh, happy birthday, Mary Beth. Tomorrow is my son, or it's her son's birthday. Okay, happy birthday to your son then.
I know Eric from Life in Farmland. He did get a good report on his liver. Liver. On his lungs, so that he can still qualify for a kidney transplant. I get it right. I knew it was an L.
Good night, Food Forest Permaculture.
Scratch Made Homestead, Leslie.
Yes, Leslie from Scratch Made. Yes.
She's having some test run.
Yeah, she's got some test run that she's a little concerned about.
Danny's daughter Jennifer, she's in here. She had some test run, but I think she's kind of like Danny. I think she inherited some stuff from Danny. Danny's brother even has some of the same symptoms. Danny was talking to him, and he just has been to the doctor in the last 2 or 3 months, and word for word what Danny goes through, James is going through too.
Country Homestead Preacher said their daughter is expecting in March. We need to remember her, bringing another life into this world.
Is there something that slows down ear hair growth? I don't have a clue.
Oh man, I don't know. You might, the older you get, if you're a man, it just happens. It just happens. There's two things in life that never stop growing. One is your ears, and the other is your nose.
So you ended up being
I'll be like a Pinocchio before it's over. Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't remember.
I don't think I remember if there's anybody else. I mean, I don't. There's so many people. The condition of our nation. Oh my gosh, guys.
Yeah.
The people we have in power now is so wacko. I guess y'all heard that
both sides.
Both sides.
Both sides.
They acquitted our former president today. They did not get the 2/3 vote.
Never enough times, husband Billy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's both sides.
I knew. Have y'all had your COVID vaccine? No, we will not take the vaccine. Never. I will die first.
Yeah, I don't want it.
I've seen too many people, and I know too many people that have got it and died within a week.
North and South said, remember her mom. Swafford, I'm hoping I'm saying that right, has a week-old grandbaby.
Please continue to pray for Billy's eligibility for a transplant. On being on the transplant list, we will do that. Yeah. That's why really old folks have long ears. My granddad did. That's true. Yeah.
What's a good pointed cabbage type?
Oh, it's right. Oh, I know it. It's right on the tip of my tongue.
Shane said, remember them as they try to rebuild. That's the couple that had the fire, and they had a
yes.
What did I tell you? A fishing tackle
shop business.
And they had all their plants and all this stuff in there, and it caught on fire, and so they lost a lot of stuff. So I'm sending them a goodie box, and I saw today that Hoss Tools sent them some stuff because they had just ordered from Hoss Tools. I'm telling you how good Hoss Tools are. These guys sent them some of the things that they had just purchased because they lost it in the fire, and so they're getting up and running again this week with some of their plants. Yeah,
Martha, sweetheart, I would have quit my work. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's how adamant I am. I would have just walked away from work. I mean, that's who I am. You know, I mean, a lot of people won't do it, but I would have.
Jan said she knew of 2 people in her area that died afterward.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's not the vaccine, it's the adjuvants and the nanotechnology that's put into it that they will use later in life. I've got people inside that's giving me all this information, and
there was a pile up in Texas.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
And I did see that one lady was asking for prayer for her daughter. I don't know the circumstances. I know she 18-wheeler landed on her car, and so I don't know other people in the area, but I do know they were asking for prayer for. I think she was about 21. She was headed to work. Julie's still fighting vertigo. Gail says hubby has had a liver biopsy, praying for good results. What were you just talking about? There was something that just triggered in my brain, and then it went away because something you said. Oh, never mind. He was going to do that on Porch Time.
Yeah.
He don't need to get started on that here.
No, I shouldn't have stopped.
Yeah, because I remembered something you said, and I said, okay.
Yeah. I didn't say nothing.
So maybe he will put something up on Porch Time.
Yeah.
If he gets it done tomorrow.
If I get it done, yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Jesus says the wreck was close to them. Wow. Okay, we got to pray. We got to get off of here, guys. A lot of people have to get up early, go do other things. We don't want to keep anybody up longer than we should. Father, we thank you for your love and your, not only your love, but your justice. Father, we thank you for being a just God. I guess in the world we live in today, that's the one thing we have more problems getting people to understand. They don't understand what's going on, and then they get angry at God because they said God is supposed to be a loving God. Well, he's not only a loving God, Father, you're a just God. And because you're just, and because you're holy, and because you're of your deity, there must be a recompense for anything that's done. For every action, there is a reaction, and if someone does something wicked, there is a reaction for it. I mean, there has to be a penalty, and people don't seem to get that today. And Father, I pray for those people. I pray that you've said yourself that you're long suffering, that none should perish. But Father, we all know that at some point our cups become full, and grace runs out, and you've said that you will not, your spirit will not always strive with man. And there comes a point where enough is enough. And I think in our country we've probably reached that point. And I just pray for our nation. I pray for the leaders of our nation. It seems like they're all wicked. It doesn't seem like there's any good ones anymore. And I just pray, Father, that we haven't come to the point where Israel was whenever they cried out and said they wanted a king, and you gave them a king, and not because you wanted to, Lord, but because they cried for one. And Father, I pray that we're not where we're at because we're crying for wickedness, but it seems to be that way. And Father, I just want to pray tonight for everyone that's in the chat tonight, everyone that's been in the chat tonight, that they will have ample food for the upcoming shortages that's going to happen in this country. That they'll all have jobs, and if not, then you will lead them in a way that will allow them to be able to be sustainable. I pray that all of them's health will be as good as the children of Israel was when they come out of Egypt, and not one of them was ill. Father, we pray for those that have sent requests, those that have mentioned them in the chat tonight, that you would remember each one of them and answer them in a way that would best glorify you and your kingdom. And Father, grant each person grace, mercy, peace. Father, may every person here tonight be granted the blessings of obedience, Father, if they'll keep your commands and they'll keep your laws, Lord, that you will grant them the blessings of obedience, Father. And Father, that you will grant them the financial resources that they need to be able to afford the things that they need. Oh, the people that have reached out to us and said, Danny, we need a homestead. We need some land. We don't know what to do. We can't find anything. We don't have the finances. Lord, I pray that you'll make a way for all the people that are trying to come up with a piece of property so that they can be sustainable through the next several years as our country goes through the demise that it's going to be facing now. So, Lord, go with us all tonight. Remember us all as we lay our heads down, and help us all to rise tomorrow. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. All right. Yes, Brooke is right. In some of the vaccines, there's two different kinds of vaccines, is my understanding. One of the vaccines actually uses aborted fetuses in the vaccine. I don't know if it's the Pfizer or the other one, but one of them, I was sent information on one of them that does have that, and that is wrong. I don't care. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you believe. That's wrong. You know, that's murder. I don't care how you look at it. It's just murder.
Yeah. All right, so our chat's playing catch up.
Yeah, it plays catch up. It always does. I'm gonna eat this last one.
Can I have one?
There's no more.
No, I get.
Oh, well.
One for the road. Happy Valentine's, guys. I'm gonna eat one more cherry. I'm going to cut the apple tomorrow. I might let Danny video it because this might be fun to see because I can't take and bite that big apple. I've got to be able to cut it and cut it in pieces. And so I'm going to just, you know, eat one of these and enjoy it.
Yeah. Martha's right. The vaccines absolutely do use aborted fetus cells to grow the virus. Yeah. That is true. And for that reason alone, I can't take it. I can't do it. I don't feel right. That's my choice as an individual. I won't look down on anybody who thinks otherwise, but that's my personal choice.
Mm-hmm. Yes, video the apple, please.
Oh yeah, I'm sure this is going to be this apple's like this big around. I mean, it's huge. And
Doug says he's ordering his roundhouse overalls this week.
I saw that in the chat line earlier a while ago. I didn't get to comment on it, but I think you'll be satisfied with them, Doug. I really love mine. As a matter of fact, I took mine off just before I came in here, and because I love mine. Literally, I do.
Cliff wants to know how many acres we're on.
We are on 10 acres. We had close to 40, and I sold most of it to pay myself out of debts that I owed. And we still have 10 acres now, and that is
not enough.
Not really enough for what we do here to be self-sustainable.
Danny's almost put something on every spot here. And we're going to do an update sometime in the future on the changes, because I did an update in, I want to say March or April, May, somewhere in there last year. I went all around the property and did a tour.
Yeah.
Then we built 2 ponds, the second greenhouse. We've changed all kinds of things around here. He's done more fencing. A lot has changed since last year this time. But I wanted to wait until we have some green going in the fields, some plants up in the fields and stuff like that. I didn't want to do it while you see dirt and dead grass.
Yeah.
And no leaves on trees.
It just looks kind of bleak when there's nothing out there. I mean,
we had John and Julie from Dirt Patch Heaven here in January or February, whatever.
I was here in December, but I was here at Christmas.
But they came back in February.
In mid-February.
Mid-February.
Yeah.
And Johnny got a drone for Christmas. And so he was flying the drone over, and I've got all the drone shots, but everything looks dead. It's not pretty. It's just dead. So I wanted some pretty, in the middle of the year when everything's green and gorgeous, shots, but we have not been able to get that yet.
We haven't been able to.
All right, so.
All right, we got to jump off here, guys. We've had y'all in here long enough tonight. And we have definitely enjoyed being here with y'all tonight and spending some time with you and answering a few questions. Do watch the video in the morning. Yep, we have a Valentine's video coming up tomorrow. Lippy has several of them from Gemini Homestead coming up.
She's going to have one, and there's other, I don't remember. There's like 4 or 5 other participants. Raising Ronies, Southern Blessed.
Well, who was that said that?
Stringfield Ridge, Alderman Farms, Morris Patch Homestead.
Danielle 40 would be better for us. It would actually work out better for us.
Yeah. So I'll try to have all these people listed in the video tomorrow morning. Y'all have fun.
Let me see if I can get us out of here tonight. How about that?